Today we're going to cover one of the first Astramalorium XP farms inside of the new map. It's actually pretty fun and pretty easy once you kind of get set up. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. Want to unlock all new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP? Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Just about the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off, limited time only. So today we're going to be doing an XP strategy inside of Astramalorium. Now this map is an interesting map because you constantly have an elite floating around, constantly bothering you. So you do have to remember that whenever you're playing this map that you are going to have him around, so that is going to hurt your strategies no matter which one you do a little bit. Now there's a pretty easy spot to do and a pretty easy spot to farm some kills, I should say, inside of this map. So today we're going to take advantage of it. Now I went ahead and turned on the Rampage Inducer just so we can get through these rounds as fast as humanly possible. We can go ahead and pop that gum and crush it. Give us a little bit of extra essence. So right now we just pretty much need to stay inside of spawn until we have a decent amount of essence and maybe a little bit of extra salvage. That way we can get out of here, pretty much open everything up and then go from there. We're going to start opening up some doors so we can actually get power and Pack-a-Punch turned on. I'm going to pretty much go both ways. That way we can just get both parts right away. Wouldn't really be too bad, I guess you could say. We're on a Ravager round. This is usually when I leave spawn to actually get everything open and going. So if you want to, do that the same way. It doesn't really matter. Whenever you feel comfortable kind of leaving or getting out of there. But now we're just going to head back the opposite direction and go to the other side of the map. That way we can grab the other part as well. And then just make our final run over to the actual Pack-a-Punch machine, which isn't too far. The more I play this map, I realize how small of a map it actually is. It really isn't that big. When you actually think about it and you actually sit there and play it and dissect it, it isn't that bad whatsoever. Is this thing back here? No, it's not. Let's go back in here and check out this way. Is it over here? Where is this zombie at? He's got to be somewhere nearby. He's always got those weird little spawns. There he is right there. Okay, we'll grab that real quick. Then we'll have a zombie left and a Ravager, so we can just bam, grab that. Okay, now let's just continue opening up these doors and we can actually go and turn Pack-a-Punch on, finally. We just got power turned on. Now what I would like to do is get 4 perks, that way the Wonderfist spawns in, and also Pack-a-Punch our weapon. We gotta finish this Ravager round real quick. There is only 1 Ravager left and maybe a zombie. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes the game, if you run and you like trigger one of those pre-existing zombies, the maximum will actually come out of them, like this guy. But who knows? Okay, he just got absolutely destroyed. All right, come here, zombie. And there's our max, just like I was saying. But pretty much the strategy is rather simple. If you just jump up on this table right here, you can sit there and the zombies jump up right in front of you. Kind of like the strategy we covered over in Ashes of the Damned at launch. Now, this strategy is an interesting one because it can get pretty chaotic rather fast. So you need your gun, Pack-a-Punch. You need kind of speed cola, and you just need a little bit more stuff than just the basic things inside of the game. A lot of people like to use an LMG with this. A lot of people like to use a launcher with this. But I like to use this as more of a weapon XP grind, as well as say just a normal XP grind, just because it's nice. So you can pretty much use whatever gun you personally feel is best. I wouldn't recommend even wasting your time remotely getting the Wonder Weapon, as it's not that good, and it's definitely not going to be that good for this, especially when you get to almost the higher rounds of the actual game. So I would try to avoid that, I would say, the most in my game. I wouldn't really waste the time on that. We need to hop back up there. You kind of got to get on the table. You don't fly off. You just got to be able to not hit the wrong spot there. And we can just go ahead and start farming our kills. But like right here, we need speed cola so we can reload a little bit faster. That zombie's moving us. Okay, we fell off. Yeah, we definitely need to go get speed cola. That way we can kill these zombies with ease. We need to get double tap. That's what I'm saying. We need to get all 4 of our perks so the Wonderfist spawns in. That way we can actually get our other things going. Now, we do have Oscar over here. I'm going to try to avoid him as much as I possibly can, of course, so he doesn't aggro me, so I stay out of his line of sight. If you pay attention, you can, a lot of the times, you'll be good. But sometimes he obviously will just come after you and you'll have to lose him a little bit. But that, honestly, that's part of this map, and there's really nothing you can do about that. It's just the unfortunate reality of this map, and if you want to make it a good XP farm, you just got to be ready to deal with that. But we finally got the Wonder Fizz to spawn in. It took me 5 perks because, of course, we got the free perk, and apparently that doesn't count. So, yeah, we had to get 5, but it's no big deal. We were going to get them all anyways. Now we are just saving up enough essence so we can actually buy double tap, and that way we can go in the strategy and easily farm. But if you guys are worried about Oscar really targeting you that much when you're doing this, he's really hard to, like, not destroy, right? If you run away, you will have no problem getting him to go somewhere else. So you don't really have to worry about that. You don't got to worry about him constantly following you. Yes, he will eventually come and get you, but you don't have to worry about that. All you got to do is run away. You can ether shroud, whatever it is you want to do, right? It's truly up to you at that point. But let me go ahead and grab double tap. We went into third person. That's still a thing. Okay, let's take these zombies over to the strategy and we can actually go camp. So we can see Oscar right there. Right, so you can always check your tac map and just see where he's at. Hopefully he comes over here. That way I can show you guys what I do whenever he comes over here. So I usually just kind of look about right here or so. It's usually where the zombies are. Now sometimes you'll get hit, but you can move back a little bit, and that kind of always works as well. I always recommend using Wisp T for sure whenever you're doing something like this. There we go. Okay, we got another zombie right there. There we go, he's dead. Now we pretty much can just sit here and stack our essence until we actually have enough to double pack, which are only uncommon pack 1. A lot of people are struggling with seeing their rarity, but if you look next to your magazine ammo, you'll see the color faintly. So that's kind of how you tell now. They changed that. Don't know why, but they did. And that is what it is, right? Come on, zombies. We can reload. There's weapon level 37 on this bad boy. Love to see it. There we go. That round's over now. Easy points for our event. I will say that. We need to go grab ammo. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I mean, if you want to use a launcher, it's gonna be good to use a launcher, right? But of course you might run out of ammo. You know, it is what it is. You can figure out which weapon you want to use. Again, I like to use this as more of a weapon XP farm for me. It's very, very easy to just get zombies to pile up in front of you. If you do fall down, it's okay. You just got to run back over to it, of course. All the zombies will pretty much follow you. There's toxic growth. Come on, zombies. We can reload as well. And there we go. There's that. We're now at 12,000 essence. We'll be able to double pack this round. Let me just hop back over there. Okay. Jump right here. And we can just chill. No big deal whatsoever. I usually try to shoot them before they hop up here. Okay, so see we got Oscar right here. No big deal. We're just going to dip. He did us a little bit of damage right there, so we're just going to full on get out of there. It's wherever we can get out of, right? Then you just run away a little bit. He won't aggro onto you forever. Usually what I do. Just let him be, and then we can pretty much just circle around back to our strategy. If you're in high rounds, of course, just run to the strategy again. Just do a massive circle. He's no longer aggroed onto us. Now, if he sees us, he will be. If we shoot him, he will be. So definitely be careful. We can just finish this round right here, though. I'm not necessarily worried about that. Alright, now we can wrap back around and go pack a punch, but we can get blue rarity. It already is round 17. So we're definitely already doing fairly good. I would love to get Deadshot Daiquiri soon. Here he is, so let's just run this way. I would recommend just looking at your tac map, seeing which direction he's actually going. That way you kind of know, where to go. Oh my gosh, hop over the stairwell. That was almost really bad. So here he is right there. We're just going to head back over this way. And of course, we could buy Mule Kick so we have more ammo for our weapon. Always remember that's an augment for that thing. Kind of want to do a separate video on that because it actually has some very cool augments that I'm very excited to try out. For sure. Alright, zombies. Reload. What I like to think about this one is, well, the Ravagers will push you out and stuff. So it's a little bit more push you out of E, I guess you could say that. But this reminds me of the Van Doren Farm Survival Wonderfish strat that is now patched, if you didn't know. But you can definitely still use this. You just gotta pretty much be super duper cautious. Okay. There we go. We can pop another toxic growth on this outside area. It's a Ravager on. Although toxic growth isn't really that good anymore. I mean, it's good. You know, it's still toxic growth, but it certainly isn't what it was. Not one bit. Okay, we can just hop back up on this table. Toxic growth will pretty much kill the Ravagers for us. While we're just chilling right here. Reload. Keep it coming. And you could use the ray gun as well. I want to make that clear. If you can get the ray gun, it's going to be really good for this. Matter of fact, I think we're about to have this thing max. I would love to try and spin the box for the ray gun. Just so I could show you guys how good it actually is whenever you have the Wonder Weapon. Not the actual LGM one. Don't use that for this. The Wonder Weapon is not that good. You are not going to have a good time. Nor are you going to grind a ton of XP. Because you're going to be dead. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Come on, zombies. I will say, though, it looks like my toxic growth that I put up on this table is not, in fact, working. So don't put one up here. I don't think it worked once for us. I ain't even gonna lie. And here comes Oscar, so we're just gonna dip. We can just get out of here. I want to go buy Deadshot Daiquiri anyway, so it's really no big deal. And always remember, if you have to dip, you can just pop this trap while you're waiting on Oscar to leave the room. There we go. And we could buy PhD Flopper as well. We almost have this thing max. And then, yeah, we'll probably end up just using the ray gun, because why use the gun when we have it max already? There's insta-kill. We can pick that up real quick. We'll go back to the strategy after this round, because I want to get PhD real quick. This round won't take me long to complete, since we got this insta. And then we also could get Mule Kick, of course, so we have a little bit of extra ammo. There we go. Okay, so give me PhD, and you can give me Mule Kick. There we go. We don't need any more perks. All right, where is he? He's inside of that room right now, just chilling. So we're just going to completely avoid that. Remember, if you have to... Whoa, that's a new calling card. Reach around 20 with the Rampage Inducer active at all times. I have done that probably 150 times since launch. But remember, you can use the streaks if you have to, if he does get stuck in there. Now he's leaving that area, so we can pretty much go in there. And you could always just not end your round. That's always a thing you could do, you know? Okay, we got this thing max. We just unlocked the Akimbo attachment. Let's go. Okay, yeah, we should try and spin the box for the ray gun now. That would be super clutch, in my opinion. If I could show you guys that. The box is over there. Hard part is we'd probably have to wait for higher rounds to do it. Probably couldn't necessarily get it right now. Usually the higher the round, the better luck you have, I guess you could say, right? But we can go ahead and break this. This round should pretty much be over. We can do another round up here. Okay, what? Toxic growth? Hello? You're still here? Did I activate it? I thought it disappeared. I guess it must still be here. I completely forgot, I guess. Okay, let's reload. Reload. And obviously get the 3-plate. You know, you kind of need to set up a little bit. I would recommend using Wisp Tea. A lot of people sleep on that perk, but it is really, really good for stuff like this. Hey, there's the Pack-a-Punch level 2. Love to see it. Get off of me, zombie. Okay, we got 18k. Yeah, what we can do is I'll go try and fish through the mystery box and see if we can actually get the ray gun real quick. But the chances are really slim to none, but we're going to try. Bro, no way. No way, dude. I got it first hit. I got the Mark II very first hit. What are the chances, dude? And you know what sucks? Is this isn't even the Wonder Weapon I wanted. That's so sad. But we're going to make it the one we wanted. Because that luck does not come again. Definitely not. Let's go ahead and go Pack-a-Punch this. And we'll use it. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, let me hop up here. We can pop a Toxic Growth right here. We can just chill right here with our Wonder Weapon. Yeah, I would recommend the regular ray gun. The one with splash damage, of course, is just going to be all that better. Oh my gosh, how did we just fall back? There was nothing there. It's the Ravagers. You got to watch out for those guys. But for the most part, they should all hop down with you. So if you once you learn the Pack-a-Punch room, which I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably know the Pack-a-Punch room, you'll be able to do this stuff pretty easily. Come on, zombies. There we go. We can reload. Always try to time your reloads, of course. Whenever there's no zombies, just reload. Even if you have half a mag left, just reload. There we go. We can double pack. I'll probably use this game that I'm in right now for a high round run another time, because we are definitely off to a good start. We already got a double pack ray gun Mark II. We got our perks pretty much good. Come on, zombies. So let's reload right now. What is that? Full power, okay. Reload. Wisp T. Doing its job. Love to see it. Okay, we can reload. We definitely should get a vest. Okay, we fell off right there. No big deal. Alright, so we can just go back this way. Hop back up here. Oh, and we slid right off. Oh my gosh. What an L. This round's almost over. There's a vest carrier around here, isn't there? Is it outside over here? Yes, it is. It's right here. I was looking at the mini-map and I was looking literally directly at it if I would have just clicked off. Okay, we can now hop up here. Let me just pop a toxic growth. If you have it, use it. You don't really got to worry about elites, though. Like, it's not like Ashes of the Damned, where you got to always worry about the Xerxes spawning in. You know, you just kind of got to outmaneuver Oscar a little bit throughout your game. Get rid of him. Just get him unegoed onto you. Just run away whenever he comes over here. And then you never really have to worry about it. Toxic growth makes it so easy. There we go. Okay, we got enough for the 3 plate. Let's just go ahead and purchase that real quick. Give me that. Thank you. Okay, now we should be good. Now we can just hop up here. We can pop a reload real fast. And just start cooking these zombies. Come on, friends. I actually think I'm researching Mule Kick. I don't even know. Am I still researching it? I still am. Wow. Killed a lot of zombies since Season 1 released. Can't believe I'm still doing it. Okay, we're out of ammo with that. We need to just hop down real quick. We can just fall down. We ran out of ammo. We got our SMG, though, which is still a blue rarity SMG. I never upgraded it. Because, of course, we got the ray gun on our very first hit. Okay, we can just reload real quick. There's a double points. I guess we can save it for next round. Whoa, we almost missed out on that extra 1K. It's a Ravager round. Clutch. Clutch, 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 clutch. There's a crafting table right out here you can always use. Obviously, we got the same old, so I could just use, say, sentry gun. That would be pretty efficient maybe in that room. Keep killing these guys. Keep giving me points for the events. What is that? Ravager. Regular Ravager. There we go. We can pop back inside. And finish this round and grab our max ammo, of course. Now, of course, guys, this strategy is way more chaotic for me because I have the Rampage Inducer on. So, trust me, you can turn it off. And you'll be fine. Like, it'll be even easier, right? You don't need to have the Rampage Inducer on. I have it on because I like my rounds go pretty quick. But you don't have to, I guess you could say. We can reload. Sentry gun's kind of clutch right there. It kind of blocks the table. Part of it, I guess you could say. What is that? Full power, okay. Sentry gun's now gone. Reload, because we got a little bit of a break. Always pay attention to that. Reload. About to have enough to triple pack this thing. And there we go. Round's pretty much over. We'll be able to triple pack this round. Yeah, I would recommend popping that on the outside. That way it kind of catches those zombies as they're coming up. Wherever out there. You don't have to specifically put it right there. But try not to put it on the table. It doesn't really do too good. Okay, there's an insta-kill. We can use our SMG. Reload. This round's almost over already. Reload. And we fell. What do you know? The zombie shoved me off. Okay. Insta-kill is lasting just a few more seconds. We'll finish this round real quick. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the strategy. It's pretty easy to do once you actually get set up. I would recommend the regular ray gun over the Mark II, as it's just going to make it even easier, of course. Then obviously augments of your choice, field upgrade of your choice, whatever really of your choice. But thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it did help you guys out. If it did, feel free to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on the road to 120,000 subscribers. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.